Let me start by saying something very important. God, the universe, does not look at things as good or bad in the same way as we do. Oftentimes, really good things in our life come from the bad experiences or the turbulent times in our lives. And a lot of times we're supposed to take the learnings from the bad moments and the bad experiences that we've had in order to move forward and in order to be able to really learn and grasp the things that we need to move forward. So, in the eye of God and in the eyes of the universe, there is no good and bad. There just is, and you just are. Which is why what I want to say today is God is not playing with you. You know that you have a higher calling and a deeper purpose, and you know all of the things that you're meant to achieve in this lifetime. So when you get faced with negative experiences, just know that those are God's way of showing you the learnings that you need for your path ahead. Another thing that I wanted to talk about today is going to be how all of us are literally God's favorite. Some people believe that we are little gods in ourselves and that we create our reality. And the thing is that every little action you take does shape your experiences, your reality, and your future. So, in that sense, perhaps, but you don't have to conform to a belief. The important take home message from me mentioning that is the fact that if we exist on this earth and there's a universe or there's a God who put us on this earth, then He did that so that we are able to experience all of the amazing abundance that He has placed on the earth that He has created. So for example, if I really love cooking, and whenever I make something, I think that more than thinking about the fact that I would get to enjoy this delicious meal, I get excited about sharing it with other people and having other people taste it and tell me that I'm doing amazing at at cooking and I'm just like an amazing chef. I would want that, and greatness deserves to be appreciated. And we recognize this when we see that God would want us to pray and to praise Him, because it's not to praise Him for something that He's not, and more than praise, it is acknowledgement of the fact that He is gracious and that He has put us on this planet and He has given us the will to choose our experiences. So you get to choose if you want to feel happy, and God will put more happiness in your life. I'm sure you've heard this. You wish for patience, God will give you more situations that demand your patience, and so on and so on. And so essentially, what I want you to believe, and this is how I want you to pray for things to work better, is that you need to acknowledge God for His greatness, because that is our purpose as human beings, to choose the experiences that we would like in our life, and to acknowledge the greatness of God for allowing us access to those experiences. It's that easy. And of course, to get those experiences, God asks us to prove that we really want those experiences. I've mentioned this in some videos that I made before, that when we say we want something, we have to truly want it. And so that essentially sums up very quickly how you need to pray or essentially practice gratitude it does not have to be religious. And why we're put on this earth. So if you want to believe that God is gracious, God will be gracious. And if you believe that God has put you on earth to test you and to make you go through all of these trials and tribulations you will have. So just believe that He is gracious, and every time you have a challenge in your life, if you look at it as an opportunity to learn something and take forward in your journey ahead and keep moving on with positivity, more abundance and positivity you will have. You feel tired for a reason. Trust me. If it was supposed to be, if it was meant to be that easy, then anyone could have done it, or you could have done it at any point. But because it gets to be you having to choose the new version of you, the future version of you that you want to be, not just once, not just twice, but every single moment. That's why it gets to be a choice that you have to make repeatedly.